Now, this is your BTV News broadcasting live from Gaborone. My name is Kaelo Sabone. Now, in our headlines, Namibian President Dr. Nangolo Mbumba's special envoy pays a courtesy call on President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi. While a shooting incident in Gaborone West Phase 2 leads to 4 deaths. And in sports, the Botswana Bowling Association hails the one-day Francistown Major Bowls tournament for being competitive. Dumelang. The Namibian President Dr. Nangolo Mbumba's special envoy paid a courtesy call on President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi to convey a message of appreciation to him and the government of Botswana. Mayor Christina Huebs, who led the delegation of 4 Namibians, and President Mbumba's former First Lady, Monica Gengos, and the family and the people of Namibia expressed their gratitude to President Masisi and the First Lady, Meneo Masisi, on behalf of the government of Botswana for their overwhelming support and their visit to Namibia to convey condolences following the passing of former President Hage Geingob. Tlotlang Mathabapiri.
For President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi to have been the first African leader to visit Namibia and convey his condolences following the passing of President Dr. Hage Geingob, this did not only display a gesture of true friendship for Namibia and the deep bond between the two presidents, but also the spirit of African unity and solidarity, emphasizing the importance of supporting one another in times of sorrow and loss. The warm gesture did not go unnoticed by the government and the people of Namibia.
The expression of friendship and brotherhood and sisterhood, camaraderie, has been tested between Namibia and Botswana. It has been during this time of bereavement. We have not enough words to express our appreciation and how you have come physically. You have put your resources at our disposal, and you have also assisted us emotionally. These are unquantifiable values that you have shown the people of Namibia, and we are grateful.
We did out of a genuineness and an affinity that we have for our two countries and people. Because many might not know that, leaders come and go.
Yes.
As I will not be here one day. And we build on what we found and what we knew of.
Yes.
There are traditions, oral and written, that speak deeply over a long period of time.
Yes.
To the bond between Namibia and Botswana.
Yeah.
President Geingob and I had a really warm relationship.
The two governments collaborated on numerous initiatives aimed at enhancing regional integration, economic and social development for the betterment of their citizenry. Strong diplomatic ties that both countries seek to maintain and further strengthen.
It wants to take the boldest step in the spirit of Agenda 2063. And the only missing thing in that agenda was that removal of those borders.
Yes.
And we can do it.
Yes.
I'm really convinced. I want to continue on this. I really want to test myself, test our people, test the Namibians, to see if we can actually achieve anything close to that. And I bet you our combined GDP would be enormous.
And I'm here to assure you, Your Excellency, that the dreams and the aspirations that yourself and the late president had for the people of Namibia and the people of Botswana is going to be continued during the administration of the new leadership.
The special envoy from Namibia arrives 2 days before the memorial service in honor of the former president, Dr. Hage Geingob, which will be hosted by the government of Botswana on Wednesday. Tlotlang Mathabapiri, BTV News, Gaborone.
Ghanzi leadership has hailed the timely manner in which the Healthy Families Foundation heeded their call to host a family building campaign aimed at addressing and coming up with solutions which could possibly, once and for all, curb and solve the social ills in the Ghanzi community is currently battling. The social ills include, amongst others, rampant drug usage, gang-related murders, teenage pregnancies and defilement, as well as high levels of delinquents. Angela Enosa.
Rampant drug use, gang-related murders, defilement and youth delinquents are some of the challenges the Ghanzi community is battling, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. The leadership is worried, trying to come up with solutions which will nip in the bud these problems which are eroding family structures and resilient societies.
Baba rekisang ditagi ise ditagi tse di go tshwarisang sedidi sa 2 hours nya tse di bolang botshelo ba gago go bohetsa re setse re na le dikgetsi tse di akaretsang polao mo teng because of these drugs mme re boloditse letsholo la gore re leke go lwantsha ke dumela gore this is the first ammunition
ka mo gongwe le gone re tabe re bana ga ba re retse mme le rona re le batsadi re sa retse bana re sa tshele le bana sente ngwana le ene re ha tshwere kgang a ba palelwa ipotsa gore ke a go ra mama ke reng.
The new mind, though a positive development, also brings with it emerging trends.
This campaign came at the right time when our mining operations are starting to build up. We are seeing a lot of influx of people coming into Ghanzi, and when the social issues.
Through this campaign, the Healthy Families Foundation has trained over 17,000 people nationwide. Ghanzi, with its myriad of challenges, is the 8th pit stop.
We think that you are tired of hearing stories of gender-based violence, of youth that are getting drunk and committing crimes, of people who are cheating, of orphans and vulnerable children. And so we want to equip you to change the story.
kana ke khona go buisana le rre wa ka
re bone malapatia re bone go buisana ga rona le mo go siameng re bone boitshwaro bo bo siameng re bone batho ba na le maitseo ba ba na le botho ba ba na le tirisano mmogo ba ba na le therisanyo gore gantsi
The whole intent of the campaign is to get to the root cause of conflicts within the family structure and find solutions which will ensure better relations and relationships, subsequently building better communities which know how to deal with various challenges. Angela Nosa, BTV News, Ghanzi.
Now, in an effort to deal with Environmental Act violations, the Department of Environmental Affairs hosted a forum with BOTSWANA Police Services in the Chobe district to capacitate them on environmental issues and the Environmental Assessment Act. The district environmental coordinator, Reutsile Kgang, said they want to develop solid collaboration with the BOTSWANA Police so that they can enforce the law fully. Kitso Taimani.
The Department of Environmental Affairs in Chobe are having a hard time with offenders not paying their fines. The District Environmental Coordinator, Mr. Utsile Kgang, said they want to work thoroughly with the police officers in order for them to lawfully administer the law offenders to pay their fines and also making sure that citizens abide to the laws at all costs.
Molao le one ona le ha eleng gore ra re khona go thela teng re le bodiredi ha gongwe le gore tsamaiso yone ya go ka charge o se very competent mo go yone mme ne re dumela gore mapodisi ka gore they are tried and tested ba bangwe ba bone e nile di prosecutor re ka khona go ithuta mo go bone gona le melato e mengwe e leng gore gongwe ne re charge batho mme ba sa tla go duela so re dumela gore ha re ka bereka le ba sepodisi melato a go nna lo batho ba ka heletsa ba duela.
The Chobe District Police Services said they are determined to work with the Department of Environmental Affairs, primarily on the issues concerning law enforcement and other pending matters awaiting for lawful attendance.
Go na le kganya di case tse gongwe ba ka tswa gongwe bana natso ba di sa hela di le ka go go bona re re tse di ntseng jalo tse ile gore gongwe di padile gore gongwe di ka duelwa be mating ba tshwere ba duela go mo goreng a ba tsise mo goreng ba ka re kopana le rona ba sepodisi gore re ba thuse di kgantsa go nnalo.
The attendees shared their suggestions and acknowledged the forum.
Re khona go ba bontsha act ya bone ha ina le loophole teng ke ne ke eletsa thata gore act ya bone e tshwane le yone ya bes ba ne thata hela tse tshwanang hela le bes hela gore sengwe le sengwe se siame le se ka thola re ya go makgoting ra go kopa gore so se forfeit to the state
ka gore tota di khantsa tsa environment ke dio tse leng gore re tlo kopana le tsone gone ka go di kgaolong tsa rona ka so I have learned a lot ka lebaka la gone gore re kgone go itse gore mme gore re bereke sente ka ha re ka itomaganya le bone ba office a dia gore kgone go dira tiro ya rona sente.
The Department of Environmental Affairs is urged to capacitate Botswana police services nationally with environmental law course so that they are able to enforce law with the adequate knowledge. Temane, Botswana Television, Kasani.
The Dinokeng Fish Festival has been created for bringing together fishermen, investors, and customers to one place. This was stressed by the area member of Parliament for Muchudi East, Rembuse Pule, during the second edition of the Dinokeng Fish Festival, which was held on the theme Fish All the Way, focusing on fish farming. He highlighted that the objective of the Fish Festival is to promote aqua tourism. Budulo Moros.
The Dinokeng Fish Festival aligns with the pillar of the reset agenda, which is building and developing a resilient local economy by giving the residents an opportunity to benefit from the natural resources like rivers. Mr. Mabuse Pule says this festival celebrates aquatourism.
Fish Festival, it brings together local fishermen, fishery stakeholders, potential customers or investors to their business. This is the first step in a series of interventions that seeks to lift or promote aquatourism in the Dinokeng region of Muchudi East.
Given our commitment to move beyond fishing into fish farming, I can say into food value chain development, a proper plan is essential to achieve optimal productivity, maximum profits, sustainable use of this resource, and well-being of our nation.
Fishermen were also encouraged to practice sustainable fishing so as to allow the next generation to also benefit from fishing.
United Nations Sustainable Development Goals one of the healthiest diets. We also
emphasize to do the fish farming, not the fishing. Fishing also is one of the livelihoods for the poor fishermen. Also, and we also have some protected for the biodiversity to protect this fish economic dynamics, to protect our annual basis for the restocking program. We have our team to do the to quarterly disease control survey. There's a stocking survey. Everything is there to minimize our fish population dynamics in the open ecosystem. So rather than the fish farming is one of the way one of the platform to increase and fish production for the country.
The fishing festival is commended for improving and developing fishing business.
Life jackets, fish festival. How poster product
This festival consisted of various activities like fish cooking lessons, traditional choirs, and fishing competition as a way of showcasing Bakatla culture. Budulo Mohoros, BTV News, Dinokeng.
You're watching BTV News and thank you for staying with us. The police are investigating an incident which left 4 people dead last night in a deadly shootout in Gaborone West Phase 2. According to the police, 3 suspected robbers and a foreign businessman died in the shooting. Now, unconfirmed reports indicate that the 3 men were following the businessman who was heading to his house. However, it is not yet clear how the shooting ensued. We will bring you more details with time. This company has been granted rights to source water from the Limpopo River to utilize it for a Lucerne irrigation project and to expand its operations from Buegoat and Kalahari Red Start breeding to fodder production and livestock feed manufacturing. Karabo Mulusi.
Funded by SEDA to the tune of 2 million bula for the construction of a pipeline, connection of electricity and fencing the Lucerne farm near Limpopo River. Drill Right got a jump start to survive shortage of water and keep alive the dream to improve food security and stimulate economic growth pioneered by the agricultural sector.
This is one of the 3 boreholes that were used for irrigation in a piece of land measuring 30 hectares in this farm. But since last year, they have dried up, forcing the enterprise to come up with an alternative solution.
Me ha e tshela re letella gore re ka goga metsi ra dira matangwana a re ka tsaya metsi mo gone mo gorang gore re ka kgona go baya metsi a selekanyo se re ka se tlhokang mo nakong e rileng e leng gore dipula di abedise dine.
With the prospects of boosting availability of water, this livestock feed manufacturing plant worth over 1 million bula is expected to get back in operation alongside the Start Kalahari Red and Buegoat breeding business.
Re le ka go dira dipudi tse e leng gore di ka kgona go re thusa go thabolola leruo le le teng mo lehatsheng la Botswana. Ha re ntse re dirisetsa Batswana ba go thabolola boleng ba dipudi tse ba di tshotseng ka di Buegoat tse di bonalang tse le di Kalahari tse re di bonang hatse one gore e tere ga ba setse ba ya go rekisa ko marketeng o tautona a kileng a bua ka one o konte ko mahatsheng a sele e be e le tsa boleng.
Transitioning to sustainable water management practices and expansion on this farm is earmarked to unlock more jobs and business opportunities for the locals.
With a population of over 400 high-quality Kalahari Red and Buegoats in just one farm, the staff is right here for the locals. And it's a reflection that local farmers are ready to take up the highly anticipated Thuo Letlotlo and elevate Botswana's economy to greater heights. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Tuli Block.
Now, the Minister for Youth, Gender, Sport and Culture, Retumisho Rakare, says Botswana remains committed to implementing global standards and policies aimed at accelerating the achievement of equality and empowerment for all women and girls. He said this on Monday at the ongoing 68th session of the Commission on Status of Women in New York, USA. Kabelo Khakulot.
The Commission on the Status of Women was established by a resolution of the United Nations Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, in 1946 to promote gender equality and the empowerment of women. It is held annually here in New York, and Botswana is among the 45 member states that have consistently been attending the event.
Gore re be re le ha re leng teng gompieno bogologolo ne go se motlholo go nna le bomme ba le bantsi ba eteletse pele a ke go etelela pele mo pusong mo maemong a bokwaledi jwa lephata being permanent secretary a ke go etelela pele o le mo maemong a bo-director within ministries a ke go etelela pele mo go one maphata a harologaneng kana makalana a harologaneng a puso go a diragala mo nakong ya gompieno.
In the next 11 days, member states, UN entities, NGOs, as well as development partners will evaluate progress on gender equality, identify challenges, set global standards, and formulate policies aimed at accelerating the achievement of gender equality, empowerment of women, and strengthening financing with a gender perspective.
Statements are as ministers. Diabedi ka egile ka gore mme gone tema e leng teng re ile ba ka tselentseng ja la ntla re le hatsa ra e khutsogalla ka gore kana jaanong ha wa go bua le ditšhaba tse dingwe o tshwanna ke gore o bo ka bua with conviction ya gore mme le kgonne gore sengwe le se dire le kgonne go totoba mo tseleng yone e seng motlholo e dingalo e le gore go mo irwa dingalo ke rona re le batho.
These issues are so dear to the heart of the First Lady, Mrs. Neo Masisi, who is expected to give a keynote address on the nexus of a GBB-free generation.
Tla bua ka bophara gore ene sa seeletsang go bona siragala mo gore re leke go tsholetsa bomme le bana ba basetsanyana re leke go sireletsa bomme le bana ba basetsanyana le bana ba basimanyana re ka dira eng re le ha tsere dirileng re ha kae dikgoreletsi ke eng mme re ka dira eng gore
to cross over to the Sesteretsakgama International Airport, where President from Namibia is we're anticipating arrival of the President of Namibia, who is here on a plan or on an event to pay courtesy to the President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi. Q, auto Q, go down. I'm a pay. Simula boy simulante. I get here and I get out of it.
Writing down your commitment.
We break that bulletin to give you what is happening now at the Sesteretsakgama International Airport, where the President of Namibia, Dr. Nangolo, has arrived in Gaborone in preparation for the anticipated memorial service in honor of his predecessor, the late third President of Namibia, Dr. Hage Geingob, who passed on the 4th of February last month. This is Dr. Mbumba's first official visit to the Republic of Botswana since he took over last month, and while he's here, he's expected to pay courtesy to this afternoon, rather, to the President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, at his office. Namibia and Botswana share a lot in common and have escalated their relations to a higher level, resulting in the use of national ID cards by the citizens at their borders. And if you remember last year during the US-Africa Summit, then he was Vice President. He did come to Botswana to come and be a part of the delegation that the President of the Republic of Botswana, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, invited him into Botswana. He takes over as the fourth president into a country that is growing after getting even slightly behind Botswana, but has set itself to become a powerhouse as far as growth economically is concerned. And I think the trade between the two countries, in recognition of what we have been doing with Namibia, including the dry port that sits in Walvis Bay under the company BOTSRail, which is a company between Botswana Railways and the Namibian counterparts. And I think him coming in here and Botswana taking an initiative to extend a memorial service for the late president is a sign of a relationship that cannot be diluted by anything ever in this country. Let's now cross over there to have a look at the cars that are about to depart from the airport to come, hopefully, and towards the office of the president. With Tato Khosimori.
Thank you, Kailo Sabwana. This is In Context, the sports update brought to you by Tato Khosumre. Thank you for joining us and good afternoon. Let's jump straight into our top story. The director of Botswana Bowling Association, Bevan Balendra, says the one-day Francistown Major Bowls tournament was extremely competitive while also encouraging excellent sportsmanship. The tournament was used to select and prepare the national team for upcoming competitions. Karabo Sebele reports.
The Bowls tournament drew 5 bowling clubs in Silibe Pique Bowls Club, Joannem Bowls Club, Orapa Bowls Club, and the host the Francistown Bowls Club, with the aim of selecting the national team as well as to promote sportsmanship among players from different clubs.
Through these tournaments, we are also able to see the players' abilities, how they fare on different environments, different greens, and able to select our national squad from those tournaments as well.
Silibe Pique C emerged the victors with 9 points and pocketed 4,000 pula.
We were playing a very competitive team. In all the 3 games, we actually played our best.
Joannem finished the second position on 9 points and walked away with 3,000 pula. On that spot, Orapa C finished with 6 points and received 2,000 pula.
So we knew already how not but at least we are up to that.
Gaborone B finished 4th in the tournament after gathering 6 points and walked away with 1,000 pula prize money.
We played well. We won the first game. The second game we lost very closely, like 2 shots. And then the last game I said, guys, let's enjoy. If we lose, we lose.
The national team to be selected from this tournament will proceed to the African States Championship, which will be held from the 23rd to the 28th of September this year in Orapa. 8 African countries are expected to participate in the tournament. Karabo Sibili, BTV Sport, Francistown.
BDF 5 ladies basketball team defeated debutants Platinum Warriors 96-7 in a Basketball Association League game played at Baisago University basketball courts. Katlago Kakole.
BDF ladies took control of the game from early in the first quarter, dominating Rocky's Platinum Warriors, and managed to score 20 points in that quarter to open a huge lead over Warriors. Even though they were under constant pressure, Warriors managed to score 4 points, but it was not enough as SSKB ladies scored 4 more points to claim the first quarter 25-4. In the second and third quarters, Coach Israel Mopato's ladies continued with their good display and won those 26-0 and 23-0 respectively. SSKB ladies continued to show their dominance over Warriors as they claimed the final quarter 22-3 to seal an overall win of 96-7.
We need to win each and every game that we come across. Sometimes, unfortunately, we lose, but today it's a very small team that just arrived this season. So the result is, I'm good with the result because teams compete and so on. So teams like this one, I have to beat them. But I'm not impressed at the margin because I wanted to jump over 100.
It's a tough game playing against BDF for the obvious reasons. We are new in the league. Our team is really like in chan. Most of the girls, they haven't played basketball at all, except 2 or 3 of them. So no, it's a learning game for them. Our idea is to come here and show up every day and play until we get there. That's the plan.
In other weekend results in the men's category, Warriors defeated Troopers 49-47, while Boto Saints beat Baisago 54-48. In another Saturday game, Police 5 edged out Dolphins 89-70, while in the only Sunday fixture, UB Ralix demolished BDF 5 by 101-79. On the ladies' side, Dolphins defeated Elite Ladies 50-45, while Police 5 hammered UB Ralix 65-30. Katlaho Kakole, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Moving on, Botswana national tennis team manager Nonofo Tusitse says despite his players' failure to prepare for the games as a team, they have gained valuable experience during their participation in other international tournaments, something that he believes will help their cause at the ongoing African Games in Accra, Ghana. Botswana Tennis Association will be sending a team of 4 players to compete at the Games. Victoria Takin with more.
Utusisi highlighted that Kilebule Monayo has been training locally while Magnawa and Chelsea Chakanyuka were competing at the World Junior Tennis Tour J100 in South Africa. Denzel Seto is in the United States of America participating in the Battle of Boca tournament.
Coaches are going to Denzel says we can all over Botswana. So na go yo te bantse ba trainer go ne mo gae bantse ba tshameka di tournament ba tswa go ne mo gae ka February ba ne ba le go Egypt ba tshameka Africa Junior Championships under 18. So ba bola hape mo gae ba tswela ba trainer go itheneng last week ya no ba ya go Pusho Stream ba go tshameka tournament yone e le gore ba mo go yone gompieno. Tumela rona go gore training banna ba idirana go tsotlhe.
Utusise pointed out that their main aim is to reach the quarterfinals of the African Games.
But you should remember that this game is going to get the qualifier for tennis for the Olympic Games. So, voska khamala gape gongwe bona ile gore yanong ba tshameke gongwe re bile selo se ne se mbo ba ile gore ba tsamela ko pelenyana ka gore gona le motivation o mongwe mo tona gape le ga bona gore ba ile gore gongwe o wina tournament ko side ya bo mmela bo rota ba ipanela phata go ya di Olympics.
The team, together with their coach Petras Molefe, will meet in South Africa before departing for Ghana on Monday. Botswana national tennis team is scheduled to begin their competitions on the 15th of this month. The team is expected back home on the 25th of this month. Victoria Dakin, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Before signing off, here is our last story this afternoon. Afmek Beast scored 136 runs against Devre Warriors 135 to become the overall winners with 7 wickets. The 2024 Under-13 Nashua Night Series game was played at Broaders Primary School in Gaborone. Lydia Poloko with more.
Warriors, who lost their first game of the year against Noble Kings last week, were the first to bat and scored 36 runs after 5 overs. Coach Mike's boys went on to display good technique as they registered more runs and scored 135 overall after 20 overs for the loss of 6 wickets. In response, Beasts, who went into this game on a high note after winning their first game of the year, scored 41 runs after 5 overs. However, coach Alex Chingonza's boys narrowed the score in 18 overs and eventually won the game by 7 wickets to register their second win in a row.
My thought on today's game is, we lost the game, and I think we didn't put a good score on the board, though we tried to defend it. But we lost the game. But I think the next game we're going to bounce back, and I think we're going to win.
Before, I would like to thank Nashua for giving this opportunity to the young kids, and I would like to say, for the view, from my perspective view, looked like a good game. Yeah, we were playing accordingly to how we practiced, so I think it was a good game for me.
Meanwhile, Kale Morris was voted man of the match after scoring 40 runs.
I think our fielding was amazing with Devon, Josh, Declan, Nathan, me and Ali bowling, amazing. And with me taking 5 catches, 1 hand, and my batting, our batting was amazing with Devon scoring the last 4 runs and with me scoring 40 runs.
The Nashua Cricket Night Series will continue on Friday. Lydia Poloko, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
With that said, we come to the end of In Context, the sports update. In Context has still more to offer. Stay tuned and stay blessed.